Well, the local MP is the Conservative MP for Lewis, Maria Caulfield, and she joins me now. Why has this been left so last minute? This is people's livelihoods we're talking about. You know, people are really concerned that there's going to be long queues, chaos basically in Newhaven.
Yeah, well, what you're talking about is the actual deal. So the negotiations on the deal are still ongoing, but actually there's
But
some.
they've had a year, haven't they? Why have they left it to the last minute?
Well, that's what happens with negotiations. That's why we set a deadline, because if there hadn't been a deadline of the end of this year, these negotiations would have gone on for years and years. But the important message is that whether there is a deal or not, there's some really essential things that businesses need to do that won't change whether there's a deal or not. And there's a core model for all businesses that import or export that include customs declarations, customs duties, VAT, safety declarations, which businesses could get ready right now, and most have, as you heard in your report. So both the government on their website and also DFDS have put the information there, so businesses can be as ready as they can once the rules change on the 1st of January.
It's very feasible though, isn't it, Maria, that, truck drivers, heavy good vehicle drivers are going to turn up at Newhaven Port. They're not going to have the right paperwork. They're then going to get turned away and we're going to see long queues on the A259.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen, because there's been a huge amount of work, and I pay tribute to both Newhaven Port and Dave, who's in charge there, but also to DFDS. And the government, have given over £705 million for border infrastructure works, and Newhaven benefited from that earlier this year as part of a £10 million project. And they've built their customs facility. It's ready to go. They have got space on the port itself. Normally, there can be up to 3 sailings a day. In the winter, it's down to 2, so there is capacity at Newhaven. So we're as confident as we can be. Most hauliers are ready for this, as was said in your report. And for those who do turn up and haven't got it quite right just yet, there is the space and capacity to deal with them and to help them through this process.
Do you think we'll get a deal?
Well, I hope so, but we're not going to kind of go over our red line. So, fishing is still one of the sticking points in terms of the EU wanting a percentage of our fishing waters, but also the level playing field and state aid. And that's about being able to regenerate parts of this country. If we're not able as a government to support industry and manufacturing in this country through state aid, we won't be able to level up in the way we want to. And they're 2 key red lines for us. But we are working literally night and day to get a deal if it can be done.
Maria Caulfield, Conservative MP for Lewis, thank you for joining us.